a former member of the Imagine Order, a person who was right next to Geno, somehow survived, not to mention scattered her audio logs and lab reports around the island. And now with all of them found, it's time to fully analyze all of Slone's audio logs and to find out what happened to her after the events of the collision event in Chapter 3, Season 2. So, it came to the conclusion that Slone did somehow survive. It was revealed by her that it would take more than just dropping a mech's hand to kill her. If you remember back in Chapter 3, Season 2, the collision event, the Paradigm slammed the mech's hand onto Slone's tank when she was still inside, hinting that apparently that is supposed to hint that we thought that Slone somehow died, but it was false. Slone somehow survived, and apparently she was trapped underground. Sucks for her, I guess. Until she was freed underground by her unknown savior. Until now we find out who this unknown savior really is very soon. But unfortunately this unknown savior will not get a fruit basket from her. Poor, sad fellow there. So, Slone now decides to cut ties with the Imagine Order, and now do her own analysis and exploration with her own plans. Until she came across one of the temples offshore of Shady Stilts. That apparently after analyzing the temple, she comes to the conclusion whoever left these temples behind are trying to show her something, and only she can find out what's beyond them. She then saw a strange device on top of another temple where the 0 point is. She was trying to find out if it is a stellar projector or some sort of telescope, and how to power it, until she finds out it is a stellar projector known as the Apparatus, and she finds out that apparently the only way to power this thing is with kinetic prisms, and only she doesn't know where they are, unfortunately, until we somehow found them. Then she finds that apparently that these people who left these towns behind are scientists, visionaries, and she's trying to find out what happened to them and why they decide to leave. Unfortunately, her somewhat expedition has somehow come to a somewhat an unexpected turn, as somehow explorers had entered her somewhat expedition. And these people are Lorenzo and apparently his other friends. She wants him to leave such as vacate the area so she can continue studying the apparatus. However, she then decides to team up with them after now knowing they're also looking for the same thing, to find out secrets upon the island. She then finds out that her son rescuer is no other than Relic, but still, apparently she doesn't expect a fruit basket from Relic even though he saved her life. Poor Relic. So, she decides to cooperate with them for now until she has her own plans for mind for the apparatus, which we still don't know yet. She's still trying to find out what the apparatus does, and apparently she's still analyzing more of the temples, including more about these strange connect prisms, until she decided to contact an ally, and that person was no other than Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots, and from the Transformers reality. She somehow contacted Optimus from his reality to help her with her situation, help her to find the prisms and start the apparatus. That way, they can find out more secrets upon the island. And they will find out more what's going on. So they can now have somewhat a conclusion of their own scientific theories. After collecting more and more of these connect prisms, she then realizes that apparently she can't get to the apparatus because she'll know, such as Trace and Lorenzo, or especially Trace, know what she'll be doing when she gets. But then she realizes another problem. somehow how the thing works. She then wants someone to go get the schematics of the refined kinetic ore to help her with her situation. And that schematic ore was no other of the schematics of Stellan's Riftgate. She then tasked us to go get the schematics, when she revealed to us that we are the 10th gunman that we were trying to get them. Apparently, it was revealed to her that the schematics were guarded by someone named Stingray, and apparently the other 9 that she hired supposedly died from Stingray when they were trying to get the schematics. And she comes to the conclusion that apparently that Stellan didn't refine the kinetic ore, hence the reason why the Riftgate was unstable, and why it brought Reality 16, and why it created the massive Sky Rift back in Chapter 4, Season 1. And after thanking us to get all the schematics and activate the apparatus, she then analyzes some sort of star chart in the sky, and she finds out that somewhat star chart is some sort of calendar of an upcoming eclipse, that this eclipse is somehow a key to their survival. And apparently the people who left us behind, somehow this eclipse happened before, and what really happened somehow is a big mystery. But we don't know yet until later on. So that's it. That's the entire analyze of Slone's audio logs. It was a big mouthful, and to be honest, it was a lot of time to define those things. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. Comment down below what's your favorite things to do with Fortnite, creativity, buying players, what you guys do. And in the next video, I'm going to make a full analyze of all of Optimus's radio transmissions and its message from Rumble Ruins. And then after that, I'm going to make a theory video about somehow this somewhat eclipse. Like, what's going to happen and what really happened about it. So, see you guys until then. Subscribe to the channel, don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss any videos from me, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye!